Hey there, I'm Shane Oglow from Rogue Trader Academy. It's July 26, 2024, and this is your weekly trading update. It's actually been pretty good. If for those of you that are following Bitcoin, Bitcoin had some pretty big moves, pretty big down moves, pretty big up moves, and our accounts have recovered nicely. Let's take a look at those accounts, see how they performed. Then we'll get into Bitcoin. We'll take a look at what Bitcoin did. We'll talk about things going forward and how you can follow us and watch our trades along with us. Okay, first we'll start off with what we call our synthetic miner account, and it was started way back in, what's that, 2nd of February 29th, the end of February. It's been running for 148 days. We started off with 0.0825 of a Bitcoin, and the idea was we thought, hey, let's buy some Bitcoin, and we used $5,200 of cash, so it's a small account, something reasonable that practically anyone could do. We thought, let's try and accumulate more Bitcoin with this account. Instead of being a miner, that's why it's called synthetic miner, instead of buying mining equipment and a rig and all that stuff and paying for electricity, let's see if we can use options to gather more Bitcoin. And our idea is that this is going to be an account to accumulate Bitcoin because we think that Bitcoin is probably going to go up over the next 6 months, year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. We want to have as much of it as possible. That's the whole idea here. And let's take a look and see how we've done up to now. So we've got, where's our Bitcoin? Where were we? Bitcoin Cash. We now have 0.1142. We started with 0.0825, 0.1142. Hey, that's looking pretty damn good. You know, we're up 31%, so almost 32%. So we have 32% more Bitcoin that we started off with 148 days ago. Now, let's just say you had $1 million worth of Bitcoin. Well, now you've got almost 32% more Bitcoin. Big deal, big difference. If we look at the annualized return, we're up about 97% in Bitcoin. US dollar return and the US dollar value, about 130% return. Now, let's compare that to hodling. So back at the end of February, when we bought this Bitcoin, pretend it was two accounts. One account said, no, we're just going to buy it or we're just going to hold it. No problem. In this account, we're trying to accumulate more. What did the holders do? Well, Bitcoin hodling, you're never going to increase the amount of Bitcoin you have because you're just holding it, right? Now, hodlers are up about 6.5% in terms of the US dollar value because Bitcoin has gone up about 6.5%. We've gone up 130% because we've generated more Bitcoin. So that's fantastic. Let's take a quick look at the chart. Here you can see the big dip down we had for a few days when it had that big move. But you can see how quickly we're able to recover that. We're almost back up. We poked up above the trend line there and almost to a new high just a few days ago. But we've come back down a little bit. Let's take a look here. This is the Bitcoin return. So this is how much Bitcoin we're returning. And over here we have the US dollar return. And the red line is hodlers. So if we look over here at the Bitcoin return, hodlers is always just going to be flat because they're never increasing the amount of Bitcoin they have. They're just holding. Here, hodlers, the value, the US dollar value of the Bitcoin is going to fluctuate because the price of Bitcoin is fluctuating, right? All right, so now let's take a look at the other strategy. And the synth miner strategy, you can follow us every Thursday on DirtyBird Live. You can register for those webinars. We trade live. We created this account just for those folks there. It's publicly visible. Everything we do, everything you can see. We have another account called the DirtyBird strategy, which is only for our subscribers. And of course, you can follow and subscribe on Patreon at Rogue Trader Academy. We do live streams every weekday, and you can see exactly what we're doing. We go in there, we trade, we talk, and we adjust this. We do whatever we have to do to this account. Also, if you join RogueTrader.academy as a silver level member or higher, you have access to this as well. In addition to also having access to our live trading alerts, once a week Ask Me Anything calls, all kinds of good stuff going on over. So what's going on with this DirtyBird account? We started this a little bit later. Look, we started this back in May, and it's been 81 days exactly. Cool. And now this account, this strategy is not designed just to accumulate Bitcoin. We also want to make USD. So it's kind of a hybrid approach. We started off with 0.0621 Bitcoin, and it was about $4,000 worth of cash at the time. Again, small account, it's reasonable. Most retail traders can do this. Where are we at now? 0.0871. So we've increased our Bitcoin holdings by just under 19%. And our US dollar return is up almost 22% return on US dollars. If we extrapolate this to annualized, we've returned about 118% on Bitcoin and 144% US dollar return. Let's look at the chart. Here's that big drawdown, but this quickly recovered, went right back up to the trend line. We did hit a new high just the day yesterday or the day before yesterday. That was nice. That was very, very nice. And that's the Bitcoin return. And here's the US dollar return, just under the all-time high again, despite having that giant pullback. Now let's go and take a look at the Bitcoin chart, see what's going on, and see what we think is probably going to be happening coming up in the near future. All right, we're going to start off here with the Ethereum chart, just because ETF started trading on Ethereum a couple days back, but it hasn't really made too much of a difference. Ethereum has been in this, it's been up in the zone a while. It finally came down, bounced along the bottom, it came down to the bottom of the zone. And these are support and resistance areas, very, very simple ones. I drew, months ago, long time. So they're still holding very valid. Let's go and just take a quick look at Bitcoin. And what I like here is that I'm recording this on Friday, and on the weekend, former President Trump is talking at a Bitcoin conference. I think it's in Nashville. And there's a lot of volatility in the market right now, a lot of volatility because he's going to talk about a sovereign fund. He's going to talk about, maybe trying to get a lot of Bitcoin mining in the States. Who knows? There's a lot of things. There's a lot of volatility. Now, I think that move up was kind of priced that in, buy the rumor, sell the news. Now, I don't know. There's still a lot of volatility to be sold. But ultimately, look what's happened. Even way back here in May, and in June, we stayed at the top of the range. I mean, the all-time high, I think, is back here, right? End of April, 73,000, something like that, or close to that. And we went up, we pressed it. And these support resistance lines were drawn ages ago. Now, I did adjust this one down here a little bit to account for the recent dips, but came big move down, big move down. And you see this big move down right here? Well, when we looked at the charts previously in the spreadsheet, that was that big drawdown. But all we did was we went sideways for a while and we recovered everything. We don't need the price to recover for us to recover those accounts. If you're a traditional trader, you would. If you were long, if you bought up here, you'd have to wait for the price to go back up there. We don't need that. The market goes sideways. We make money. We make money, right? Depends. There's a million strategies you can do, but at least strategies we make money. So where are we right now? What I've been telling people for months is, hey, we get up to this top of this range up here, I'm selling call spreads. Get down to the bottom of the range, I'm buying put spreads. And I can also go long the futures or perpetuals or long calls or long puts when we're up here. And my mantra, my philosophy has been this: over 25 years, the range will hold. You keep playing, the range will hold. The range will hold until it doesn't. And when it doesn't, you take a hit and you move on and you adjust your strategy. But if we can play this range for months and months and months. Who knows? It might continue on until October for all we know. I don't know, right? There's a lot of anticipation right now that the price is going to go up, and it very well might. So you might want to be guarded. You might want to be careful. Am I still selling call spreads here? Yeah, but I'm perfectly willing to adjust them if I need to. So this is in context of everything that's happening, Bitcoin has still remained in this range. It's stressed people out a little bit down here and up here. And is it going to go? Is it going to go? And who knows? It could. It's Bitcoin. It can do anything. But ultimately, it held its range, and that's still the right play. Will it break out after the Trump talk? Who knows? Maybe it's already priced in by the rumor, sell the news, right? Who knows? However, that's it for this update for this week. We're very pleased. Our accounts are almost back up to all-time highs, despite all the shenanigans and volatility in the market. And we'll see you next week.